Hi folks, welcome to Blue and Gold Talk, the video on the channel if you're new. Discusses, talks about Sabres related anything on the show. Guys, I want to touch base. I want to first talk about the playoffs and I'll put this on the ground, but we'll have this here while I make the predictions. I want to make it before game one. Sorry guys, another apartment, had to do it, had to jump on it. It was a disaster, long story short, but hey, this is money in my pocket. And I have to jump on these things when I can. So everything's fine with the channel, just my time, guys, just my time. But the season's ending soon, kind of like in the summer, it starts to get less busy after July with this kind of work. So I'll be here a lot more often after July 1st, most likely. So guys, Lord Stanley, who do I think is going to win Lord Stanley? Well, I've thought about this one hard. This is a tough one, guys. This is not an easy one because McDavid is in the finals. Connor McDavid is in the finals, finally in the finals. And the Florida Panthers are a beast of a team. This team is so well constructed. The more I look at this team, guys, the more I just don't think they're going to be beaten. You know, I'm looking at a lot of things. And I'm taking McDavid and Draisaitl into this, and Hyman. I'm taking all this into it. I really am. And I don't think goaltending really stands out for anybody in this series. A lot of people are saying that Florida have the upper hand. Not really. No, I think Florida have a big upper hand when it comes to physical play going into this series. And I think Edmonton, when it comes to stardom, just stars on their team, have a big edge as well. Guys, I'm going to go with Florida, Game 7 in overtime. Okay, I'm going to get that right one of these years. Again, I'm going to say the finals is going to Game 7 in overtime. And somebody's going to win out of just a one-goal thing. And I think it would be so dramatic for those two cities if that happened. And it'd be the first time since Pete Babando's goal back in the 50s that a finals has went to Game 7 in overtime. I just going with a gut call on this one, guys, but I do believe physical play. This is the best hitting team in hockey, Florida. And Edmonton, you know, I was thinking of this also. Let me put this down now, guys. It's in the way when I'm trying to look at the camera. When I look at the overall picture of this finals, I'm also taking into consideration, guys, that Bobby Orr, first time he was there, won the Stanley Cup. Mario Lemieux, first time he was there, won the Stanley Cup. But Sidney Crosby, first time he was there, didn't win the Stanley Cup. Wayne Gretzky, first time he got to the finals, didn't win the Stanley Cup. So it's a toss-up when I mention these four names. You know, I could throw all-time greats like Guy Lafleur and Mike Bossy and all these guys, and they were on great teams too, though. So this is an era where dynasty just doesn't seem possible. It hasn't been a dynasty in the league. I don't care what Chicago fans say. That was not a dynasty. We haven't seen a dynasty. And Nieder's Tampa Bay, they'll argue, yeah, you got your 2 COVID cups. Come on. Like, you know, no matter what, this was not an era where any team won 3 cups in a row since the New York Islanders. Really. So that's my pick. I'm going to go with a gut call on it. I think Florida is going to win the Stanley Cup. I was saying it all playoffs after the first round, but the fact Connor McDavid's there is hard to go against Edmonton. It just is, you know, to picture him losing. But I could see Edmonton losing and then getting back to the finals and winning it for sure the next time. I could see that happen as well, but there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees. So guys, that's my pick. Now, the Buffalo Sabres, the most important thing why I'm doing this video. Guys, I don't know about you. I'm not big on any trades we could make right now. I'm more geared towards the free agency. I really think this is where we can resolve a lot of our issues in free agency. If we make aggressive pitches, guys, the Sabres have to be aggressive, okay, in this free agency. They can't just go into it and try to not lowball players. They won't do that, but they can't, let's say, you know, if somebody like the Rangers or the Leafs are after this guy and they're offering him $3 million a year, we got to step up and give 4 or 5 if we think this is a really good piece. that we could use on our team. I've talked about a few guys already that I think we need some muscle in this lineup. I see a lot of Sabres fans talking about, I don't know, they're talking about, you know, the need of another centerman. I'm more concerned about the muscle guys in the lineup. That's my concern. I'm not too concerned about anything but getting tougher going into next season. And because Lindy's not going to have this team, I would say, the top hitting team in the league. No, they won't be like that. They're going to be more aggressive. They're going to be a little more focused, I would say, this time around. They're not going to lose track of when, you know, they're not going to be left off the hook, is what I'm saying. So we need to toughen up, I think, and that should be our focus. For me as a fan anyway, I think we have the talent right now to go deep, but we need these guys to ignite them. We need some spark plugs in this team, and it's not always goal scoring and high-end talent that does that. It is sometimes tough, aggressive players in your dressing room. Guys that will get in your face. They're making $2 million a year, you're making 8 or 9. They don't care. They're going to get in your face. I think we need guys like that. If we could step up and get guys like that, you know, Dakota Joshua, I've been talking about it, guys, over and over. He's definitely my target, even more than a big blue liner. I want to get that guy in our top 12 that just drives them, and I think it will rub off on other guys like Greenway and stuff when they see this guy hitting everything on the ice. We need to get that going on this team, because I don't want to just be a team that, I guess, squeezes into the playoffs and then bows out right away. I want to have a team that if we get in there, we're kind of playoff built. And to be playoff built, we are going to need some mean in this lineup, guys. You're never going to convince me otherwise. I've been a fan too damn long, and I really just, I'm too bet and bound on it, guys. I just am. They need to get mean. I'm hoping that's what they're going to do. Now, as for the draft, okay, this is all coming very soon, guys. This is a few weeks away. We're talking like 3 weeks away from all this stuff, all right? Now, we got the draft coming up. Do we trade our pick? And you guys know I'm one that doesn't want to trade first rounders, but this time around, in a trade, okay, and I said I'm not really going for the trades, but if we're going to do a trade, we're not going to get anything for Bryson or any of these guys. We're not going to get a cent for these guys. I'm telling you right now. To think we can move those guys, let's not do what the Leafs fans do. They think they're going to get a haul for Marner. Marner is a rental. He's got 1 year left on his contract at $11 million, and they're expecting a haul for this guy. Like, guys, why do you think we got a haul for Jack Eichel? We got a haul because there was term left. If Jack Eichel would have had 1 year left on his contract, do you think we would have got back what we got from Vegas? Not a chance. Not a chance. There's just no way. So Toronto's dreaming if they think they're going to get a massive return for Mitch Marner. It's not happening. There's no term. Not because of the player, not even because of the salary, which is way overpaid. He's an $8 million player, maybe 9. I'll say that. But somebody's going to have to pay $11 million and have him for 1 year, and he can just walk? Doesn't make any sense to me, that. So that's where I stand with that. So guys, if we're going to make any kind of trade, it'd be in the draft, I think. That's my gut feel, is that it would be in the draft, and we'd have to make a smart trade, something we need right now. We can't give up that first rounder for a guy that can't help us immediately. It better be somebody between the ages of 27 to 30 years old. Whoever we trade for. We need a bit of an older player. Nobody 33 and up, though. That's stupid. We don't want to do that. We don't want to get guys that are washed up. No thanks. We'll let Detroit do that, okay? When they're all hot on getting Yzerman, Kane and all this, they can have him. I wouldn't take Kane if he come here for league minimum. He'd take up a roster spot. No thanks, guys. No. Not with the young studs we have. It's a bad mistake to bring that in our dressing room. No. That's like Toronto with Tavares, what they did. It wouldn't make any sense. You're bringing an outsider in. Do it in a deal. Not Kane, but do it in a deal if you're going to trade somebody that has term. Okay, we don't want to trade. I won't listen to any trade ideas if the guy has 1 year left or 2 years. I'm open-minded. I'll say it. I'm open-minded. 3 years and up, preferably. A player has like 3 years left in his deal. Then he's a Sabre for the next 3 years, and he's part of our piece that we're trying to put together here of this puzzle. So that's where I stand, guys. All right, I just want to touch base. I know it's been a while. Apologies again, guys, but when the cash is on the table, I got to jump on it. I don't have a choice. I really don't. So again, recapping, I think the only trade we should do is at the draft table, getting a player in his prime years that maybe he's just not fitting in too good wherever he is or not happy. Or if we get a guy that only has 1 year left, it's like giving I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it for a first rounder, no. Because then he can walk. And then we lost a first rounder for nothing. I don't want to start doing that crap. No. That's what the Leafs do, guys. We don't want to copy paste some of the things they've done to fail like they have. They've been a great team for how long now, but have done nothing but fail. And I don't want that to happen to us when we get in. We want to start moving right away past the first round, and we'll talk about that in another video. So that's it. I got the Panthers winning the Stanley Cup Game 7 in overtime. Don't ask me who's going to score. I'll say Tkachuk. Or it'll be McDavid. It'll be one of those guys. In the draft, again, I'm very open-minded to us trading our first-round pick. And as for what we need to get in free agency, muscle. I'll go over it one more time, muscle. We need muscle in our lineup. We got speed. We got talent. We got goaltending. We got everything, guys. We just aren't tough. So once we're tough to play against. That's my thoughts. All right, guys, done, finally. Sorry again. I'll see you guys soon. Let me know who you think's going to win the Stanley Cup. I'm sure I'm going to get a 50-50 split in this one. For me, it's a win-win, guys, because I don't mind seeing a Canadian franchise win again, but I'm not one of these Canadians that says, oh, I want the Canadian team to win, and I sit there with my Labatt Blue. It's not my thing. I don't care if a Canadian franchise wins. I'm pulling myself. I am probably pulling for Florida a bit more. I hate to see either team lose in this finals. I just do, because I'd like to see the Oilers break through. They were made such fun of for so long. And also with Florida, I'd love to see them win their first championship after everybody made fun of that franchise for so long. So these are two franchises who used to get picked on by many fans, saying, get rid of Florida, get rid of them. And Edmonton, where careers go to die, remember? And where are they now, guys? What will they be saying about us in 3-4 years? Talk to you soon.